Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 1.8 million COVID vaccines secured from Africa for Jamaicans. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says 1.8 million COVID-19 vaccines have been secured for Jamaicans who are willing to take the dosages. A survey by the ministry has suggested that 35 to 40% of the 450,000 persons to be initially vaccinated have indicated their willingness to take the vaccines. We can now confirm that the allocation under the African Medical Supply Platform has been approved and a total of 1.8 million dosages of vaccines are to be supplied to Jamaica starting April 2021, Tufton announced. He was speaking at a virtual press conference on Sunday to update the nation on the government's response to the present spike in COVID-19 cases. Prior to the arrival of those vaccines in April, 14,400 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccines are to be delivered on or before March 11 under the COVAX facility, according to Tufton. In relation to 50,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines from India, the minister said the shipment is expected to arrive in the island and or before Thursday of this week. He shared that the Health Ministry, as well as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, will continue to pursue all legitimate points of supply for vaccines. As stated in previous press conferences, the mandate is to identify and source 3.5 million dosages of vaccine by March 2021 to inoculate at least 65% of the Jamaican population, Tufton stated. The Health Ministry had indicated that among the first cohort of individuals who will be vaccinated are healthcare workers, government officials, the elderly who are 60 years and over, members of the Jamaican Defense Force and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, persons employed at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, and persons who work in early childhood, primary and secondary education institutions. These individuals represent approximately 450,000 individuals who will need to take 2 dosages of the vaccine. Of that figure, Tufton said based on a survey, an average of 35 to 40% of persons are willing to take the vaccine, while 25 to 30% are unsure or are waiting for more information. But 25 to 30% of the individuals surveyed have stated that they will not take the vaccine. As such, our target for the first phase of vaccine implementation is 65% of the groups in Phase 1, Tufton shared. The minister has advised that at Thursday's COVID conversations, more information will be provided on the island's vaccine implementation. Men on mystery plane have fled the country, Mexican Cartel a source of worry. The occupants of a deregistered plane that crash-landed on Rocky Point Beach in January have reportedly fled the country, and the government has given the clearest indication that the aircraft was on a smuggling mission. The plane has intended to make a refueling stop in the southern Clarendon region, but missed an airstrip, Dr. Horace Chang, the Minister of National Security, has revealed. Chang, who is also Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister, did not disclose the original destination, but said it was not the Vaynham Field airstrip 21 kilometers away from the White Sand Beach crash site. While they missed the airstrip, they would have had some connection down there that picked them up and switched them out of the area, Chang said at a recent editorial forum. We are aware, intelligence-wise, that they have fled the country already. Chang's disclosure dovetails with the narrative of Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, who announced at a February 1 press conference that the ill-fated plane was not destined for Jamaica. The 12-seater plane crash landed on the Clarendon Beach on the evening of January 23rd. It had been retrofitted to allow for more cargo space. The ownership of the twin-engine aircraft is domiciled in Mexico. Residents scavenged the plane, that souvenirs and parts shortly after men had reportedly been seen disembarking the aircraft and fleeing. South Clarendon is a hub for the smuggling of illegal contraband, including marijuana, cocaine, and drugs. But Chang appeared to be particularly worried about the drug running network between Mexico and Jamaica. When the Mexican cartels start tipping into Jamaica, we have to pay special attention to it, he said. The Deputy Prime Minister said that Holness administration was committed to making amendments to the Evidence Act to expedite the destruction of contraband because it's difficult to operate with these huge samples they tend to insist under our courts. We have intercepted tons of contraband. The guns tend to be thrown overboard so we don't find them, he reported to editors and other reporters. The cove sometimes find on the shores, and we have been seeing a few big seizures recently. Chang also downplayed the value of establishing a marine police post in Rocky Point, saying that move could cause more harm to the security forces than damage to the criminal network. A marine post for the coastal community has been a beam in the bonnet of Winston Marage, mayor of Maypen. He has been lobbying for the intervention since 2002. But Chang poo-pooed the worth of the investment spent and returns to be had from setting up an outpost in the vicinity of the seaside district. It would be a very small post, and you're really subjecting your members of the force to the influence of a pretty heavily resourced network of criminality that operates out of Rocky Point, Chang reported. That kind of posting would not do much. Teachers get resources to support learning among their students. The partnership between the United States Agency for International Development (USAID) and Jamaica Association for the Deaf (JAD) had provided reading kits and Jamaica Sign Language Grammar Curriculum (JSLGC) resources to 9 schools for the deaf across Jamaica. These educational resources will support teachers in the delivery of education to the deaf and hard of hearing students who have been severely impacted by the closure of schools caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This activity forms part of the ongoing effort of the Partnership for the Literacy Enhancement for the Deaf project to increase the literacy level of deaf children in schools operated by the major service providers of the deaf education in Jamaica. The official handover of the educational resources to some of the schools was held at the Lister Mar Gibli High School for the deaf in Papine St. Andrew on February 18th. In attendance were the Director of the Office of Citizen Security, USAID Jamaica, Shannon Stone, PLED Project Manager, Tishna Ewan-Sewitt, Literacy Specialist Terry Bernard, Acting Principal of the Lister Mar Gilby. School for the Deaf, Stacey Ann Dockery, the mother for the Caribbean Christian Center for the Deaf, Vivian Brown, along with representatives from Caribbean Christian Center for the Deaf and Danny Williams School for the Deaf. Offering a glimpse into the conceptual origin of the reading kit, Simit said COVID-19 unfortunately impacted the implementation of student-level activities significantly in the last year of the PLED project, resulting in the cancellation of several field trips, reading cafe, and reading competition. It, however, brought a wonderful opportunity for the project team to explore options to allow for sustainability of the project, interventions to continue to support the literacy development of DHH students long after the project has ended. USAID Jamaican Shannon Stone added that USAID is pleased to have partnered with JAD over the years in an effort to boost literacy among deaf and hard of hearing students. As a partner, USAID was there every step of the way. We celebrated JAD's success in pioneering the Jamaican Sign Language Grammar Curriculum across all schools for the deaf in Jamaica, and we look forward to the reports on the positive educational outcome even after the project ends. The 2-part resource kit comprises a set of virtual literacy instruction aids and soft copies of teaching and learning aids, as well as a physical collection of resources. Simit explained that the virtual component was shared with educators of the deaf at the participating schools in October 2020. Parts of this digitized content will be uploaded to the recently launched Jamaica Sign Language Grammar Curriculum Learning Management System, which can be found at lms.jamdef.org.jm. Meanwhile, The actual kit is scheduled for full distribution to all the major providers of the deaf education in Jamaica by the end of February 2021. The PLED project is a USAID-sponsored initiative valued at approximately US $2.5 million and is a collaborative effort between the major providers of deaf education in Jamaica, with strong support from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The project is scheduled to close at the end of February 2021. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.